I took a sip of my Dr. Pepper way too close to that intro ending, and I had to quickly. Oh my god! We have an early run in immediately. All right, you know what? Let's get started. We're not going to waste any time here. AEW Dynasty preview and predictions. We're free on the main feed. We're not locked behind a paywall tonight. And we are going to talk about this pay-per-view. Philadelphia, can the city show that they're still a wrestling town? Because, we've been worried for a while, but we're going to see what they can do. I'm hyped. I'm pumped. 6, you're going to be there, right?
Correct.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Why don't you talk to us first about how you're feeling this week?
Man, I get to see. Listen, everybody, I am gonna get to watch with my own two eyes, the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk this earth. Take a breath, take a walk, take a lap around the ring, to bless our screens, to bless our mats, to bless our hearts. Wrestle live. I could not be happier. Of course, I am.
Julia Hart.
Hey, come on, man. Whoa. What's that guy talking about?
I'm, of course, speaking about the best bout machine. I'm, of course, speaking about the cleaner. I am speaking about the man chosen by God to save this beautiful, beautiful sport that we love. I'm talking about Kenny Omega.
By God.
By God.
Love Kenny.
By God. Better than Hackenschmidt. God. Better than Fez.
Forge.
Everyone.
By
Marcus. Speaking of Kenny by God, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you there the last time Kenny by God wrestled in a triple threat?
I indeed was. Double or Nothing 2021. Sat in the front row and everything. Almost tripped Don Callis and made him miss his spot, but hey, let's see what he's going there.
How are you feeling this week? I know you and Novi just came off of a pretty long shift over on that indie mud show. How are you doing?
The other brand.
We had a long little shift there. Put in the matinee performance. Me and Novi put in about 4 3/4 ourselves, and hopefully Meltzer rates it well tomorrow in the Observer. But we're here, second time out the way. We're workhorses. This is what we do. We're ready to talk about some Dynasty. One of my favorite AEW pay-per-views, even though it's it's sandwiched in between important shows like Revolution and Double or Nothing, but a lot of really cool things are happening. The Owen starting, a big-time main event for the World Championship. I'm locked in. We're doing a good groove in AEW right now. It's going to continue.
Mm-hmm. Riceman, welcome. Me and you, we're sitting back in Gorilla as we're waiting for these hot shots to join us and grace us with their presence. You bring up to me, you're like, I've seen some people on the timeline not really being that excited for Dynasty, but you have some major pushback. I know you're excited for this show. Talk to me a little bit.
I wouldn't say major, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for the show.
All right, man. I'm trying to build it up. Okay.
Like we were saying before everyone got here, it looks really good on paper. I understand everyone's kind of not even fatigued, but just hesitation with the card because, like I said, 90% of it is built on Collision, and then Collision's not necessarily treated with the utmost prestige, at least not anymore. So I could see why there's a kind of dissonance with this card, but like I say, every match, I think there's a 3-star floor for everything, but we'll get into that shortly. Super excited.
And we're also joined by this man who has the hashtag We Want Swerve. I know he's putting his heart on the line on Sunday. I wish I could join him, but I can't do that right now. But Novi, how are you?
Well, you're just not in love with the sport. You're not in love with Hangman. You're not in love with Swerve. You're a fake fan. Many are saying this.
Yeah.
Look, I'm fucking pumped for this show. I think the show's going to be fucking awesome. Most of the card looks very intriguing. I think Collision has been great with these feuds as their prominence. This just is really exciting. It's really exciting. I'm locked in, of course. We have the big 2 top title matches, the women's title and the men's title. That's going to be the main event of tonight. Both those are going to spark some discussion, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the undercard is also very exciting, just in their own unique individual ways. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this show. As the late night Grin puts it, I wonder who that could be. Like the video, folks. Like the video. And if there's one thing you know about liking the video, Kaden, what would that be?
Oh, this is guy. His name's Robert, Bob, some call him. It's kind of a bootlicker, but like he likes to say this thing that like to smash the like button.
That's true.
Yeah, he's not good at counting, but he does know that odd numbers only, no evens. When you're smashing it, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, etc.
Too many numbers.
Yeah,
that's very true. Kaden.
Mm-hmm.
What? I think we're ready to jump into it. Are you? I mean, it's up to you.
Novi, I think we are ready to jump into it. However, I have to get something off my chest.
Oh man,
because I don't want to get into the wrestling talk and then like break us away from everything. I went and saw a movie today, and as you can see, I was crushing loaf, and I went and saw a Minecraft movie, starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. And while I can't sit here and say it's a good movie, to be honest. However, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't have a really good time, and I laughed a lot, and I was smiling a lot.
God.
That's right. You are a movie enjoyer.
Yeah, I'm a movie enjoyer, and I like things like that. I had a good time. It was a fun movie. It's objectively not good, but I think if you just like want to have a fun time, I think you can do that. I also treated it like a concert. So every time that one of the lines was said, I wouldn't say it loudly. There was a kid in front of me who was like yelling every line. Like when Chicken Jockey, he yelled awesome. Chicken Jockey. And I was like, I was so happy for him. It didn't ruin it actually made me feel better. I was happy for that kid. But I was whispering it. I had a good time though. I would suggest if you like having a good time and you're not like a pretentious cinephile, go watch it.
And Kaden, just to fill the gaps here for the audience and maybe some of our fellow panelists, what happened at the end of the movie?
You tell.
Oh,
that happened.
So my entire theater bursted into applause. There was like genuine applause. And to be fair, I went to an Alamo Draft House, and Alamo Draft House generally has applauses after movies, like especially opening weekend. But yeah, my entire theater applauded.
Beautiful. And you joined them, didn't you? I'm sure.
I actually didn't this time.
Oh, this guy. This
guy
hates fun, am I right?
No, so like what happened
I've said that.
No, I applaud movies a lot, but because I was so shocked that they were applauding. No, I applaud movies. Like whenever I see a movie that like I genuinely really like I will applaud. But I was so shocked that they applauded that like I was frozen for a good 15 to 20 seconds. Like I didn't realize what was happening.
Did you go into shock? 15
I went
seconds
into
a long time.
Yes, I went into a version of shock.
That's quite interesting. What's the most recent movie that you clapped at the end? And Riceman will judge you.
I probably clapped when I saw the social. No, I did. I clapped when I watched The Social Network a few weeks ago in the cinema again.
All right.
You went billionaires. I loved him. I loved him. That's what you said.
Good movie,
notorious billionaire lover, Kaden Lee.
Can I kiss you, please, Mr. Zuckerberg, on the cheek?
All right,
I want to be you. I want to be you.
Do you have a boot? Do you have a boot for me to lick? Do you have a boot for me to lick?
Tastes like chicken.
Yummy.
My Zuckerberg, yum.
It's a good movie.
We're on your ass, Kaden Lee. We know you.
That's what Chi-Town Spurs. I agree. That no one in this country's in the damn shape is there because of bullshit like this.
Yo, we are 10 minutes into this broadcast.
It's wild right here, dog. Come on.
We're doing our thing.
10 minutes in, man. I love all this talk about AEW Dynasty.
That's true.
That's true. Speaking of AEW Dynasty, they announced last night that we are getting a first round matchup in the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament. And we're going to talk about the full tournaments a little bit later. We're going to give our whole thoughts as we go into the men's and women's title matches, which will be, as Novi said, our main events tonight. But we do have some first round matchups we're going to get through at the beginning as well. Mercedes Moné, the TBS champion, the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, the British what's the British champion?
We talking about
The Rev Pro belt.
The Rev Pro Women's Champion, British champion. I don't know. She has that belt too, which is actually 2 belts, I guess. I don't know, but she has a lot of belts.
It's 2 belts, but it's 1 belt.
It's 2 belts, but it's 1 belt. It's like when Sammy Guevara had the TNT title. It's kind of stupid, but I don't care. She's wrestling Julia Hart. Novi. It's Mercedes, so it's probably going to be good. It is Julia Hart, so who knows what happens here? How are you feeling about this unique matchup that, like, to me, it screams Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss, but like spooky Alexa Bliss?
That's very interesting. You're comparing all these blonde white women that way. Seems like you think they're all look the same. That's really weird, bro. Look. There's a lot of talk I've seen on the timeline of this being a big moment for Julia Hart. This is I have to see her. I have to see her do her best. Julia Hart is very young, guys. I think she'll have a good match with Mercedes because Mercedes will give her a good match. She'll probably look pretty good in it, and we can all move on with the Mercedes victory. It doesn't have to be this big ordeal. It doesn't have to be this big moment for Julia Hart. I think this will be just fine. It'll be fine. Mercedes will win. It'll be okay. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm getting fined. I used the wrong word. I deeply apologize for my actions. Riceman, don't make the same mistakes as I did. How are you feeling going into this first round of the Owen match?
Yeah, I think this ought to be pretty good, to be honest. 3-star floor. It'll have a 3-star floor probably, like Novi alluded to, took the words out of my mouth. I don't think this is going to be some like coming out party for Julia here. I think it's going to be a fine match. I don't expect fireworks with it, but she's young. She has plenty of time to grow. I think she'll be slotted pretty high after this match, even if she loses. I mean, she may even get fed immediately to the loser of the world title match just to get them heated back up. But yeah, I think it's perfectly fine. There could be a different match that me and Kaden alluded to, which I assume he'll bring up here shortly, that I think maybe went better on the card. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Marcus, when you're looking at this one on paper and you're slotting it into a pay-per-view, what do you do here? Like, do you let Mercedes do her thing and try to get like a good 15-minute match out of Julia, or do you like kind of just keep it a little bit simple?
Logically, I keep it simple here, but it's pay-per-view and Mercedes is in that groove where she's having good matches with pretty much everyone. Like, she got a good match out of Anna Jay on a random Dynamite once, so like she's in that mode. And Julia, y'all know my opinions about Julia Hart. She's not like the greatest in the world, but again, she's young. She'll learn. I don't need to see her on a pay-per-view, to be brutally honest, but this will be fine. Give it me 8 minutes and get out of there. That's all I ask for. Get solid 8 minutes, move on. Let's hype up the likely Athena match in the semis and call it a day. This is like Duke playing UNC Charlotte in the NCAA tournament. That's pretty much what that is.
Why would you say them for? UNC Charlotte, what for, man? That's messed up.
I don't think it's some random team that would be a 16 seed tournament, you know?
Some random team. This is the UNC Charlotte we're talking about.
Don't cry. You're a Kentucky fan. I want to hear you. Jesus.
6-star. What are your thoughts on UNC Charlotte?
I get to see. I just know how process. You said UNC Charlotte. I have no opinions on UNC Charlotte besides it is a school.
And the dunk.
And the dunk. For sure. I don't. Are we talking about basketball? Is that are we being or are you saying?
I mean, Kaden Lee lobbed it up for you, and you slammed it. That was a good lob from Kaden Lee. It was from half court. But it was good stuff.
I thought for a second you were telling me that what we were talking about was basketball, which I know less of. Anywho, I get to see Mercedes Moné live, and I think that's really what matters at the end of the day. So when everyone's watching the match, whether from the arena or on their TVs, on their phones, on their tablets, through the smoke signals in a vision, just remember to yourselves, I bet 6 stars having a great time just watching Mercedes Moné. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. I don't like.
Mhm.
I think Julia Hart gets, and everyone on the panel's talked it to death. I think it's ridiculous the amount of negativity surrounding Julia Hart there is on the internet. I mean, she's a wrestler. She's very green and she's learning. And I get she's been learning for a few years. So it's like, we don't want to give her that grace, but she's young.
Mhm.
I still have faith in her time to learn the game. I think it's amazing that she's been able to get herself over so much at so young. So to me, that's something I'm like, okay, now I'm hoping to see you, connect the dots in the ring a bit more and be able to like feel more comfortable and stand in your own there. But I'm not like, this is a legacy game. Oh man, she better not stink it up on pay-per-view. Dude, I'm gonna have a fun time. It's gonna be like an 8 to 11 minute match, and Mercedes is gonna get the win, and I'm gonna see her do her really cool, her really cool like
Dance.
new thing that she's been doing with her knees.
Mhm.
I'm blanking on the name of, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna get to
give
do
me a
the
name. It's like
CEO
a-
dance, and I'm
yeah.
gonna have a great
think-
time.
Six, I think it's something she doesn't do very often, but it's a little move called the Meteora. I don't know if you ever
Not that
seen it.
I think
Not
it's
that
about
one.
the
Of course, I know the
It's the
Meteora.
little
But
blower.
she
Talking
does
about the
that.
lung blower. The lung
She
blower.
does it
Lung blower.
sparingly, so you might get to see a Meteor. I'm not sure. It's not like it's happens in every match she has, but you maybe will. I'm just not so sure.
I was talking about the
Possibly.
lung blower.
Nobody misread the conversation and went, I'm going with my bit anyways.
Oh, yeah.
There was a very easy
I would
jump.
do that.
Sometimes you just gotta take the
You
ball up the
Blank-
court, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
had terrible court vision. I ain't gonna lie. Bro.
What do you
Bro,
mean,
don't
bro?
let it
Just
don't
collecting
go,
the
bro.
pass.
Bro.
I'm collecting my dribble, and I'm going for it anyways. That's what I'm doing. All right.
And you pulled a Russell Westbrook. That's what you did.
Oh,
Yo,
Nobody's,
chill, yo, chill,
nobody's
bro.
double teamed and he still pulled up from 3.
Logo.
I don't know what any of this means, you guys.
Nobody's shot chucker.
Shut out. Anywho,
Sometimes you gotta throw 'em
I'm
up,
looking
bro.
forward to it. I hope she does all of her knee related moves. The
Mhm.
Meteora,
We all do.
the backstabber, the lung blower. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what the move is, but like she doesn't give it like a name. It's like a tombstone lung blower. It needs to be a finisher.
Dude, I don't disagree with you at all. It's so good.
All right, bro. We don't got to do this, bro.
Valentine.
Yeah, bro. Check this band next time, you've. All right.
Take 5.
I agree with everybody. This is not a legacy game for Julia Hart. We don't need to pretend like it is. She's 23, I think.
Dude,
23,
she's like
maybe
my age. That's
24?
crazy.
Yeah, she's 23. So she was born in late 2001, guys. She
That's
is literally
crazy.
a year older than me. Like we gotta chill a little bit on this one. But I'm interested to see what happens. We have another Owen Hart Cup tournament first round match. This time over on the men's side, as Will Osprey takes on the newly signed Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight coming over from New Japan Pro Wrestling as a junior heavyweight, part of the Intergalactic Jet Setters with Kushida. He will also he'll be wrestling on back-to-back pay-per-views on back-to-back weekends, as he's teaming with Kushida against the West Coast Wrecking Crew, I believe, at Windy City Riot on April 11th, which we'll be doing a Grin Along for on the flagship. So we're going to get back-to-back weekends with Kevin Knight on a Grin Along, which awesome. And this does, like, just to me, this seemed like where we were going to likely get maybe a little bit of Switchblade Jay White, who unfortunately he had surgery and is out for a little bit, which, like, awful timing, because I think he also got injured like almost the exact same time last year around the Owen. So
Yeah.
quite unfortunate we're not going to get that match with Will, because I was actually like pretty excited for what they would do. But we're getting this one, a big slot for Kevin Knight. Marcus, how are you feeling about this match that, like, on paper isn't the strongest Will Ospreay pay-per-view match, but it's going to still, like, be really good?
Oh, I'm stupidly locked in, brother. Big Jet. Kevin Knight is on AEW pay-per-view in a singles match in a big spot. More than, another particular, company out there that won't book back men on the shows, but that's neither here nor there. Like, he's been signed for like a whopping 2 weeks, and he's already getting a Will Ospreay match on pay-per-view. Like, that is insane to me. Like, I'm real happy for him.
Mhm.
I think he's going to have a really good performance. He's going to show out. Ospreay's obviously going to give him a lot. He's going to win, obviously, too. It'll be a fun show. It'll be fun. I like it. Oh, brother. That tag sequences they had on Wednesday, in the preview tag they had against Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. I like their chemistry a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Knight's someone that he's really fine in the ring. He's super athletic. He's really charismatic, which is a part of his game that gets really lost, especially as a promo guy. That he's going to go places in the company. Run a Jay White feud when he comes back and have him turn heel on them or something like that and give him something to do. As for now, a spot with Osprey, you can do a whole lot worse than that.
We're 6-star. Going into this match, how are you what are you expecting to see out of Kevin Knight here?
I think Kevin Knight had himself an amazing performance at the Collision, and that was with an opponent far, far, far lesser than one Will Osprey. And so I was also on a TV, and this is going to be on a pay-per-view. So going all around to say is I'm expecting Kevin Knight to put in the performance of a lifetime. Like, really, truly think this is going to be I think this is going to be up there with probably the greatest performances in his career, is what I'm imagining, right? This is like a really crazy spot that he's finding himself in. And I think he's going to really, really, really grab a hold of this opportunity and run with it, and absolutely run with it. And I'm very, very excited to see that.
Novi, Kevin Knight, Will Osprey. What else do you have to say here?
Kevin Knight is very similar to Speedball Mike Bailey, because going in, you kind of just knew he would be getting over. You kind of just knew that he would become popular with the audience because
I was about to fight you, depending on what you say.
Wrestler.
It's about to get violent.
I was about to actually jump through the screen.
Wow. Seems intense for that.
I like
comparison,
Speedball, but that was offensive on so many levels.
Seems intense. I don't know what you think of Kevin Knight, but all for you. I think this match is going to be very good. Kevin Knight has already shown to be a very dynamic wrestler, is probably the right word to say, because the Jay White match and the tag match were two very different bouts. And I think it showed off a range of ability that I would imagine he kind of mixes pretty well in this match. I've kind of grown tired of the Osprey singles formula, but I do think that Osprey on pay-per-view is a different kind of animal. So I would say this. I'm on board with you, 6. No need for that. No need for that. It's I'm on board with you. I'm on your team. I think this will be a great moment for Kevin Knight. I think he'll make the most of it. Star-making performance. I could see it. I'm really looking forward to this.
Riceman, a lot of people are speculating because there's a group in AEW right now that maybe needs a 4th man. Do you think that this match could lead to something with a certain a syndicate that hurts people?
Yeah, I could definitely see the fit. I don't know necessarily my qualifications to add people to that group. I'll leave that for other people.
I wanted to ask the question, but I'd already asked Marcus. I was like, okay, Riceman's getting the question then.
Dangerous game. No, I think that would be an interesting fit, and I would be happy if they did it, and I would be okay if they didn't. But yeah, he's jumped off the page. Oh yeah, baby, I'm right on top of it. Yeah, I expect him to show out here as he's already done in AEW so far. I was telling Kaden before the show, which I promise that'd be the last time I say that. He had a Ring of Honor match. I think JJ's in the chat. I think they just aired the AR Fox match last week or the week before.
Thursday, I think.
That's kind of crazy how long it took for them to get it out, but that was incredible. So it was cool to see him live, and I seen firsthand the, live show charisma he has. But yeah, he's been incredible so far. Will Osprey is going to give him a lot. This ought to be easy. I mean, sleeper match of the night, because I think there's some obvious candidates for what that could be, but depending what formula, what form Osprey's in for this match, it could be something special.
I like that sleeper match. I could get behind that.
Oh yeah. Kevin,
it's not necessarily a sleeper, but it does feel like the outlier when people say oh, what'll be the best match? The main event. Oh, Tony and Megan.
It's a Will Osprey match on pay-per-view, so like sleeper match sounds wild, but again, you gotta remember he's wrestling someone who's only been signed to the company for like 2 weeks. And he's just starting to get his feet wet with the audience. Talented, but again, those factors are in play here, and it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I think it'll be great.
That's what JJ brings up. Last week he got over in front of a cold crowd twice. He did that with Jay. He did that with ROH. I mean, that's an ability you just can't teach. So
yeah, I got to Kevin Knight worked my local indie twice, summer 2023, and then he worked it again, I think in January. It was like December or January. It was fairly recently. And both of the times getting to see him in like that small venue, which is like, I don't know, maybe 200 people at most. And it's like this little outdoor like music venue. You get to when you're in that environment, you can really see how a wrestler actually is. It just gives you that ability. And so, yeah, like I got to see that, and he really is incredibly talented. Someone that I'm shocked New Japan never used as much as they should have. Like getting in a tag team with Kushida is fantastic, but that's a guy who like could have done something really special as a singles competitor. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Kevin Knight does here with Will Ospreay. It's going to likely be a moves match that is not going to be for everyone, including some people who will probably be on the Grin along on Sunday. But I don't care. Me and Novi are going to be clapping afterwards.
Yeah, this is gonna be real moves to me. Man, like the way New Japan books their juniors is like inherently flawed. So that's probably why he had so much of a cap on him. Especially junior tag teams. They're just like the first match on Wrestle Kingdom every year, just go crazy for like 10 minutes type stuff. So I'm really happy he got a contract here in America. I'm really happy he's getting the Plies trade here. He'll still do stuff in New Japan, obviously, most likely, but really glad he has a home on television.
Yeah. And moves matches, I know people like say it all the time. It's not a bad thing if you got the right people involved. Like there are obviously certain people you don't want to be having the moves match, but when it's Will Ospreay, arguably the best athlete in wrestling today, I'm a little more fine with it, especially when he's in there with a guy like Kevin Knight.
I agree. Moving on,
who's match wrestling good?
Beast. We have a tag team title match on the pay-per-view for the second straight time. This time, the Hurt Syndicate are defending against a good team. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin with MVP taking on the Learning Tree, Big Bill and Brian Keith. Not the bad member of the Learning Tree. These are the good ones. We like these. We like these two. 6-star. Look, we were in hell at Revolution. Are the tag team
was
titles
so bad.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Can you say we're back, or like are we like halfway? Like where are we at on the back level with tag titles?
Okay, so if we're talking, right, and I'm going to do a little bit of very elementary analysis here. If we're talking overall AEW tag team title, like importance, I would not say we're back yet, right? And we're back doesn't necessarily have to mean to me better than we've ever been. We're back means something that is steady, something that is consistent, something that is being fleshed out both narratively, but also fleshed out obviously in ring. And I don't think we're quite reached at a point where I can say we're back. But what I will say is that these tag titles have been given such prestige, such prestige by the current champions, the Hurt Syndicate. And it really enough can't be said that like even though we've had like a tag team feud fizzle out because of circumstances, because of different circumstances. So that and because we had the Outrunners, which was bad, and it was no one wanted it, and it was bad when it happened, and it's bad now, right?
Terrible.
But despite that, every single time the Hurt Syndicate comes out with those belts, you're like, damn, those belts are just beautiful. They have to be the most important things in the world for Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin to hold them, for MVP to represent them in the way that he does. Those are the most, those feel like some of the most important belts in the company, just because they're on the wrestlers that they're on. So I think that the championships themselves are being represented really well by a very good set of champions that now need the division to back that. And I think that's what we're starting to see a little bit more and more, and what I'm hopeful for. But I've also been burned before. I don't want to be burned again, you know? So I'm a bit more hesitant to declare fully backness, but I'm seeing what's being presented to me, and I'm ready to I'm here to walk with it and hope that it runs.
Pretty damn well said. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
I dropped my AirPods.
of course you did. Anyway, that was pretty well said, sis, because the champions are the correct of people you want to hold those championships because like they have a look, they have a presence. And let me ask some real quick. What does the Hurt Syndicate do in the ring?
Oh my
Hurt
goodness!
people?
If I could just, they hurt people.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's what they
Fucking hurt
do.
people.
Mm.
And they're really cool and all that shit. And Shelton and Bobby, it solves an issue if they need them there. And Bobby in your singles division adds a bit of a conundrum of what do you do because he's not going to lose very much.
Yeah.
So putting him as a tag team champion is a good move.
Wow.
Big Bill and Brian Keith are saving the learning tree because they're actually wrestling finally. And they actually have a very good dynamic. And Big Bill, I can't say enough about him. He is a tag team specialist if I've ever seen one. Like,
Yeah.
the Enzo and Cass stuff was cool when it was hot. The Ricky Starks tag team, I actually kind of enjoyed it a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Like they tickle people is crazy. But anyway, like the that Blonde Eliminator tournament where it was him and Brian Keith as a tag team for like a week. That was actually really fucking cool. And then Brian Keith has a really cool dynamic with him. Big man, little man teams are always my thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they're actually getting a chance to like show how good they are. And they had a really fun match with Top Flight on Collision last week. They squashed the dog shit out of whoever the jobbers were on Dynamite last night, and they look really good doing it. I'm really excited for this match. This is the most I've been excited for a tag title match in God. Who knows when? Since the private party in the Bucks on Dynamite that one time. Like it's been a minute. Starting to kind of get back to a serviceable level in terms of the teams, like FTR still doing stuff. They'll probably put Edge and Christian back together. Undisputed Kingdom of Roddy and Kyle, they're still really good and still doing their thing. I actually like Leo Rush and the Andretti crew. I just need him to stop stalking Top Flight. But yeah, I like this match. I'm locked in.
Novi. It seems like we were like really close to having this be Hurt Syndicate versus the Murder Machines. Brian Cage is injured, so we're going in with this one. How are you feeling? Because you're a DPW guy, so you know
It's true
about Big BK Brian Keith. You have experience with him as he was the DPW champion for a while. So how are you feeling?
I think this match has a higher ceiling on paper than that match does. I don't necessarily think they stand to these fellas in promos. I don't think Big Bill really could hang in there with Big Montel, but I think the match will be very, very good. Brian Keith and Big Bill they're very fundamental workers. They know what they're doing. Their stuff's gonna look good, and I think that's gonna pair well with Bob Lash and Shelty Benj, who are also the same way. This match is gonna be pretty good. The state of the tag division. I don't know. I haven't committed to one side yet. I need to maybe wait until All In to see what that match is going to look like. I need to see the build to All In, that kind of stuff. But
it comes with Young Bucks Novi.
It doesn't at all.
FTR working Edge and Christian start coping.
No, but no matter what it may be, you can sell me on anything. But I'm looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be quite good.
All I know is I need that hologram commander tag title match one of these days.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, with FTR leaning heel,
oh yeah.
If there's anyone to beat him.
Hey man,
you can sell me.
Riceman, many are saying tag team wrestling is good. Do you agree?
Yeah, tag team wrestling is the best form of wrestling. 100%. On this match specifically, I think this ought to be pretty good. Novi said it, the quiet part out loud. The promo segments have been funny. Didn't even have a shot, but Big Bill gave it, the old college try. He showed a lot of charisma. I was surprised. I mean, I shouldn't be because he's got the in-ring charisma like down. The promo stuff I was always hesitant on, even with the Big Cass run. But I think he's done a fair job at trying to compete, but no one can compete with a MVP on the mic. I think MJF is kind of figuring that out, or definitely will shortly. But yeah, this match should be good. I like the dynamic with Big Bill and both these guys. I'm interested to see how the dynamic's going to be in the building because Big Bill and Brian Keith have kind of been treated as less than the entire build. So I wonder if that affects how the crowd will receive them, if they receive them as like an underdog babyface rather than the Hills. I think they've been putting an effort in to make the Hurt Syndicate baby. So I'm
a little bit
interested to see how that plays out.
Wherever you go, man, the Syndicate are gonna get cheered. It's just a tough spot you're in. You have to kind of lean into it. So we'll see how that. This is the first big test for them because they're definitely leaning into getting cheered. So this is a big moment. I think it'll kind of confirm what side they lean on a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I agree, Novi. But I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm not like expecting anything crazy, but I think this is going to be a pretty nice match and a show that like has a lot of singles matches for sure. But like we have more variety. We'll talk about like the trios later. So I think like they're going to be able to kind of do what they need to do. And I like that the Hurt Syndicate are getting a pay-per-view match where they're not just facing complete shitters.
Yeah.
So
ideally, that's ideal. Good for them.
Yeah, them Bobby and Big Bill mitts are gonna move me. I will say
they sure will.
While I was sitting here, because I'm at like a different place than like I was here like a month ago at this desk, but like this is not like my usual desk. I found my old minifigure collection from when I was a kid. So now in between matches, I'm going to show a minifigure to the audience. I have found this Ninjago one.
Oh shit!
Okay, all right.
Ooh, hot from 6-star.
Zane? You got Zane, the man himself? The Ninja of Ice? Oh.
Dude, I was a big Ninjago guy. I'm a big Ninjago. I'm a big Ninjago guy.
Yo,
oh my goodness.
What are these guys talking about, bro?
Fucking dweebs, bro. Put them in a locker.
What are you
doing?
Come on, man. What do you know about figure collections?
Respect the figure.
Yo, Kaden.
I have.
It's pretty sick, but you got to hold on to that lunch money tight, brother. It is what it is.
I have at least.
I have
at least 50 in here.
Y'all are so mad. Y'all are so mad. Lego was awesome. Like,
bro, you're so mad. Lego was.
I have Lego here.
The Lego's good.
Lego's sick.
Bro, you're so mad. But you don't know about minifigures.
No, what do you know about minifigures?
Look, y'all don't know ball.
Oh, so it has a Star Wars Lego. That's first of all, awesome Lego. Awesome Lego. Obi-Wan's the GOAT, by the way.
I bet you hated Billy D. Williams playing Lando, huh?
Bro, what do you know about Asajj Ventress?
Jesus. I
love the Clone Wars. I love the Clone Wars.
What are y'all gonna pull out a
or a clone that has Chima claws?
This is crazy.
Crazy. Yo, Joe's gonna kill us, bro. He's gonna take us off air.
Yeah, Joe's gonna fire me for this one. Next up, we have Daniel Garcia taking on Adam Cole for the TNT Championship. The TNT title has made its way back onto pay-per-view. This is the third match in their trilogy. I'm gonna start. Oh yeah. Also, this match has no time limit. No outside interference is permitted. I'm gonna start with Riceman, who was judging me like crazy for these minifigures. Rice, were you judging Adam Cole for his bad physique at the end of 2024?
I think he looks great.
I
think he's always looked great. Fantastic.
You can't just give him that. My God.
Yeah.
Did you think Adam Cole was skinny or what, dude?
Yeah,
what
man.
Was that?
You think Adam Cole looked really good? You think he looked vulnerable?
I think he looks fantastic.
I was setting up Riceman to say, "Oh, he looks so good now."
And I did. See, I didn't fall. I knew what the setup was, Kaden. I ducked that shit hard.
Hard.
You knew what I was saying?
I broke the fucking rim on that one.
Shaq.
Okay, Shaq.
I had some Shaqs, but I played church ball, and them shits did not have any grip. I was sliding like a little bit.
There's a reason they get sold in Walmart, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Don't recommend them.
I put on the Nike Shocks after that and finished out the half. But yeah, this match ought to be great. I'm expecting this match to be pretty good. Their other two have been pretty good. I understand the disdain for Garcia's run right now. I still am holding on to my stocks. I think he's got a chance right here to prove his worth as the champion. how long he has his belt after, considering a lot of these new arrivals, even just talking about Speedball, Ricochet, who are both in the three-way later, Kevin Knight, who's also here. You got a lot of people who are in a good spot to grab this belt off Garcia. So
Jesus, Perks Ride. Jesus.
What
What is this?
What is happening?
Come on.
We're not even on any type of road whatsoever. We're just flying on a seat of our pants.
My man's just trying to analyze the match. What is going on here?
What's going on?
Pretty good, man.
Hype, bro.
Jesus.
Marcus, what are your thoughts on DG and Big Adam Cole?
Big Adam Cole's wild, but I kind of enjoyed.
I didn't even mean it.
He said Big Baby. But nah. Like I just like enjoyed how like pretty meat and potatoes the build up has been on Collision. It's been a pretty nice little TV championship feud. First match I enjoyed quite a lot. Second one not so much.
Sure.
I'm kind of terrified of a no time limit thing because I don't need Adam Cole and Garcia going 30 plus minutes on the pay per view. I don't. Give it a nice brisk 20 to tease the stipulation and call it a day. Go in there with some fire. Go out there and kill each other. I like how Cole's looked since he's gotten his physique back right. Garcia, I need to see a little bit more out of him. I've liked him a little bit more recently, but I need a little more fire. I need a little more intensity in the ring. I need a little more. Figure out a finisher that works. The power driver is a good start. Let's leave the jackknives at home, buddy, please. And no more forearm exchanges, but I need y'all to be straight slaps, no forearms, because y'all look kind of crazy doing them. Keep it nice and brisk. DG retain. We'll talk about who beats it for that belt later. But I've enjoyed what I've seen. Just keep this match brisk. It's a TV championship. It does not need to go long.
Yeah.
6-star. Do you think that you will see big? I've almost said it again. Do you think we see Adam Cole? Do you think you, with your own eyes, see Adam Cole Bebe win his first AEW singles title?
Maybe. I don't know.
Tell us, predict
Fuck, I guess.
No. I don't know. I think DG retains. At least I would have DG retain here. I just think that's the better play for now. I'd like to see. I think someone else should beat him for the belt. I don't know who that is yet. I just don't think it should be Adam Cole. And I like what I've been seeing from Adam Cole recently, though. It's been really nice to see the wrestler he's been this year, more or less. So hoping to see something fun. It doesn't have to be long. Like Marcus said, it's a TV title match. Give me something fun and quick for the pay-per-view. DG retains. Someone beats him later.
I personally, I would have Adam Cole win here. That's what I would do. I don't know necessarily like if I think Adam Cole is going to win, but I would do it because I think Adam Cole's actually been like pretty good recently. I've been like more bought in on him, and I would just do it and then like kind of just like see if it works because I don't know. I haven't been that in on DG's reign. That could just be me like not being in on the reign. Like, oh, okay, let's just go ahead and like try something new to see if it gets over. I also I like Adam Cole more than a lot of people on the late night Grin, so I'm more willing to like be like, oh, I'd like to see him with the title.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
On what you're saying, if they have themselves something like a 3.25, 3.5, and Adam Cole wins, I'll pop. So I'm with you. I'll pop. I'll have fun.
So I wouldn't blame you for wanting Cole win because like it's a TV championship, and there should be a lot more title changes with that type of belt.
Yeah.
Anyway, it shouldn't be very long reigns. That anyway, I think like 75 to 100 day reigns are fine, and have more frequent changes on TV, especially, is a good thing. For the sake of what's going on right now, DG probably should just retain. That's just me, and then we'll figure out the rest later. Because I think there are a little more enticing options than Cole currently to win that championship. Plus, I like Cole as a trios guy. Trios wrestling is his calling. It's just kind of what it is. It's helped him immensely get back into form as a singles guy. So we'll see what happens.
Novi, can you, before I go to you on your thoughts, can you highlight Joe's comment? So I'm not considering this. Unfortunately, Adam Cole has a torn pec. Or it's not Adam Cole. Orange Cassidy has a torn pec. So anybody who is scared of Adam Cole winning because of an Orange Cassidy Adam Cole match, you're good for 9 months. Novi, also like I hope Orange Cassidy gets better soon. I like Orange Cassidy. I know Novi hates him, but I think he's a good wrestler.
Known hater, by the way.
Yeah, you are a known. This is like you are a known hater of Orange Cassidy. I will pull out the text that me, you, and Marcus and Chuck had.
I hate this narrative.
The
text won't show that.
Yes, they
will.
Yes, they will. They will show you saying,
They'll say I
I'm
want him to go take a break.
Well,
Anyways,
fucking loser.
I am. Anyways. Adam Cole, Daniel Garcia. You guys know how I felt about Adam Cole. I said a lot of things about his physique. Jesus. Okay, let's do this now. Let's do this now before I give my thoughts.
Yeah.
Jumanji Hunter with a wonderful $2 super chat. I thought Riceman was shoot de-aged 20 years.
Shoot Benjamin Button.
Jesus.
To be fair, you are wearing a hat.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Yep, that's the comparison.
That's what it is.
You should have like a 1986 yearbook picture.
Thank you, Jumanji Hunter. Thank you for this. I'll remember this for a long time. Back on the match.
Yeah.
You guys know how I felt about Adam Cole. Can you hear those sirens?
Yes.
Shit.
What's happening?
Dude, I thought someone was about the.
No, they're going by my house. There's a police station nearby. Hang on. They're about to pass.
Whoa. You see?
There they go. They're by. Goodbye.
You see what this man just said?
Oh, what the fuck? Yo, can we like the stream, please?
Yeah,
what is this bullshit?
Can we like the stream, guys, please.
We got kids to feed, guys.
Yeah, I have a family to feed.
I have a family to feed, and Daniel Garcia might not have a family to feed, but it comes with boom in this match, I'm afraid. Because you know why? And I'll give you the reason. Because I have been so utterly sick of Daniel Garcia lately. He fucking bores me to tears. I am so sorry. He bores me to fucking tears. I love the guy. I think he can have great matches. I think there's a path to getting better that is very, very, very possible. I just say fuck it. Let's just do something. Let's just do something.
Oh, let's go. John Morant's the game winner.
Shout out to John Morant. Shout out to John Morant and shout out to Adam Cole, because Adam Cole is going to win the title. He's going to win it in his nice video game gear. It's his wrestling anniversary in Philadelphia. You'll see it. It comes with boom.
It comes with boom.
Yeah. That's all I really have to say on it. You know, and everybody, like, whenever you criticize a wrestler, you go, "Oh, you're a hater. You turned on him." I still like Daniel Garcia, but he's not fun to watch anymore. Can he start doing submissions and stuff again? Can he start being like a fun grappler to look at?
This is
and if he was that, then it'd be great. Then he can win the belt, but he can keep his belt. But he's not, so he's not going to be able to keep his belt.
This is fair, because look at Garcia from 2022 and look at him now. You can't tell me it's the same wrestler.
Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah. It is what it is. He's regressed. And he can get back to it. I'm not saying that's not possible, but he has regressed. Yeah. And you can have Adam Cole win the belt, hold it for 30 days, see what happens, have him work a couple matches. If it's going well, you have him retain at Double or Nothing. If it's not, you switch the belt. Fine. But at least it's a little more interesting than what Danny Garcia is giving us right now. And I think this feud has done well for him. I think it's done well for Adam Cole. It's beneficial to both guys and their characters right now. I'm willing to let it go and have Adam Cole do it.
All right.
This is a lot of Adam Cole talk.
Yeah. I think we've had enough Adam Cole talk for tonight, to be honest, fellas.
Yeah.
Before we move on to we're gonna talk about a match that like hasn't technically been announced, but like I guess we'll like give brief thoughts on it at least. Hawkeye, huh? Novi, don't you just
gotta
wish
end
there was
this nerdy ass bit, bro? We gotta end this now.
Novi, don't you just wish there was a place that we could talk about Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, on his social media app. You're
Bro,
lifetime users.
Exactly. If only there was an app If only there was
What
an
did he
app
call
to talk
that app?
about Jeremy
There,
Renner.
for background, there is a legitimate Jeremy Renner app. He made
No,
it
it's shut
to put out
down.
himself. Oh, it's not around
That's
anymore?
the
It
joke. Is
was
that like they
around.
shut down the app?
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Oh shit!
Jesus, what's happening?
We're going to an amazing start here, ladies and gentlemen. What a late night Grin moment.
It's the alarm to take my mute.
Don't say that.
All right. You know what? we're gonna not talk about Chris Jericho and Bandito, and I'll just pray that it gets taken off the show. Next,
It deserves a spot on the card. Cry.
It's
Brother,
Bandito will win the belt.
Come on.
pre-show.
I didn't say on the main show.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, pre-show would be
It's
fine.
gonna get him.
The Death
What a
Riders.
good feud.
Oh Christ. Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta take on Rated FTR, Cope, Edge, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. I think we're all kind of bored. Look, do we all just want to talk about how awesome the Cash Wheeler Pac match on Collision is going to be? Do we want to spend 10 minutes talking about that? Riceman, what are your thoughts on Cash Wheeler versus Pac?
Cash Wheeler's a fucking beast. I expect the Pac match to be pretty sick. Cash has kind of dipped into his bag of being able to do some of the flippy shit. I don't know if he'll match that energy because I don't think Pac's going to bring that, as we've already addressed the Death Riders, or I think Novi and Marcus addressed on the Respirator's pre-show that when you're in the Death Riders, all of a sudden you get real stinky in the ring. So hopefully Pac can bring back a little athleticism and energy, and they can just go do a quote-unquote moves match between them two. I think that would be sick. The trios match, I think the only interesting thing here is going to be kind of just dragging your feet until we get to the finish that I think we all expect and hope to happen.
Mm-hmm. Novi, what is the finish that you expect and hope to happen?
Can these motherfuckers just turn heel already, bro? All love and respect. I'm not trying to do this. Cash is mad at Dax shit for a month. Let's.
You didn't like the promos?
Do I like to? What this fucking feud is? I don't want to see it. Leave me alone. Just turn the guy's heel. Okay. I'm fine with it if it happens over a couple weeks. Let's do it here. Let's have them beat the fucking piss out of Cope and let's end it. Let's just ride the wave. No need to play this on anymore.
But Novi, they need to talk after Dynasty, bro. And Dax paying off the refs.
Yeah, I don't
Tony
think
Schiavone's going to be there with his fucking mic asking these guys questions. Why are you mad at each other?
I don't think that's. I think it's clear that that's like a setup that the talk is going to be when they're explaining themselves in the ring. I don't think it's going to be like.
Yes.
I'm upset that you did that. Like
the turn is going to happen. The turn is going to happen. I have to believe it will. It's the only thing I'm locked in for this match. These guys are terribly boring in the Death Riders. Cope is terribly boring as a wrestler right now. Needs something to inject some life into his character. But this match will all be for the finish. I hope it goes like 14 minutes max.
Yeah.
6-star. All I heard out of Novi's mouth there was Young Bucks better than FTR. Do you concur?
Oh, I concur. Young Bucks greatest tag team of all time.
Don't call me that. Don't call me that. And don't say this either, guys. Don't come on. Guys. There's just no need. No need. 6, continue. I'm sorry.
No, it comes with a super kick party, by the way. Oh, you're so mad. It comes with a super kick party. That's crazy. They're gonna come back and they're gonna be the best tag team in the company. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Novi Ray Dudley.
No.
Never
I'm gonna freak out.
Novi busted open. JD. Oh no. Novi, come back.
Did Novi earn his handshake?
No, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do the show anymore.
Novi and Thunder Rosa coming soon on Busted Open.
Yeah. We're
Marcus.
6.
we've lost a 6-star.
We're 6.
Oh,
They're
no.
gonna tell us about the
What are your
match.
thoughts on,
My camera's bugging.
Oh, 6 is 6. Do you want to fix
My
your
camera's
camera?
bugging.
Is that boy?
Yeah, of course it's not Sepoy holding the white belt after she won it. Absolutely it is. Come on. What you know about that? Greatest to ever do it. Anywho, no, my camera's a bit buggy. I'll try to see what's the issue here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Danger.
6,
See,
man.
Kate,
Okay,
Kate,
I'm gonna-
that's when you cut.
I'm gonna throw it to Marcus while 6 gets their camera fixed. Marcus, what are your thoughts on this here trios match?
Oh, who cares? Let's do the damn heel turn for crying out loud. The Death Riders as a trio fucking stink and they're boring and they don't work well with each other. Rated FTR, bro, just murder Cope already. FTR, please. I don't need you paying off Paul Turner, Dax. Just do the little quote unquote talk in the hotel room tomorrow night or something for crying out loud. And then go murder Cope after you lose because you're going to lose that match. And let's just get on with this. Get on with the whole Edge and Christian reunion and blah, blah, blah. Something more interesting. The only thing that can save Cope's AW run for me right now is that. Like, that's the only thing that I'm interested in them doing at this point.
There's been a match announced for
No,
AEW
no.
Dynasty.
Novi. Wait. I'll talk about it in a second. 6-star, finish your thoughts on
talk about it.
the trios match. I'm gonna bring it up. Don't worry.
It's just Jericho.
Okay, okay.
You know, the trios match. The trios match between the Death Riders and Rated FTR is a match for the World Trios Championships happening at AEW Dynasty on this coming Sunday, and that's about all there is to say about that.
Yeah. I'm back reporting live on Mount Fuji because I didn't like my background and forgot I could do that. Chris Jericho versus Bandito got announced for Dynasty. Do we all just agree that Bandito should win?
It is a world title versus mask match.
Yeah. So Bandito's winning.
Yeah, cool. I can
It'll
see
be great.
Bandito.
Bandito, death
and
before
Bandito win.
dishonor. Yay!
Somehow.
Yeah, Supercard of Honor is next month. I think they're going to do like a ladder war match between those two, to be honest. Bandito should wrestle like a good wrestler at that show, though. Anyways, three-way match for the AEW International Championship. Kenny, by God, Omega defends his championship against Ricochet and Speedball Mike Bailey. They got rid of this woke Speedball Bailey thing. It is Speedball Mike Bailey again. We're so back. Ricochet and Speedball Mike Bailey, they both at the same time pinned Mark Davis in the four-way to get themselves into this championship match. So it's a three-way. The last time we saw Kenny Omega in a triple threat, I believe, Marcus, as long as I'm not forgetting it, and I brought it up earlier, as long as I'm not forgetting anything, Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus Pac, which I thought was a sleeper match of the year.
Oh,
really good match that I remember loving on rewatch too. That match was so good in 2021 at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care, Novi, what faces you're making.
I'm joking.
All right, I was about
to
hands.
execute you because I was there for that damn match.
I'm trolling. I'm doing a little trolling.
I was there too. 6. I know you're excited to see Kenny by God in person. I'm gonna let you take this one. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say and have your moment in the spotlight.
This is the single most important thing that's ever happened to me in my goddamn life. This is 10 years of me watching Kenny Omega. I don't know exactly the time, but it had to have been around this time, 10 years ago, that I started watching Kenny Omega. I discovered him when I was just scrolling the internet, hoping, praying for something to guide me when I was 12 years old, wanting to watch something good. And there he was. And since then, I've held on to something special, someone who I stayed up my late nights for, when I had classes in the morning, when I had places to be and things to do. I stayed up and I watched him wrestle so many weekends, so many weekdays for so many years, to see him do what he did in Japan, to see him do what he did in the US. And I never thought I would see him live. I never did. And I honestly thought to myself, if I only got to see this man wrestle the way that he did for so long through my screen, then so be it, because I got to witness something. I got to experience something. And when he had the issues with he was having the issues with his body, with his intestines exploding on him, I was like, if I never got to see him live, then I got to experience someone special nonetheless. And when he came back when he was announced for the show that I could attend, that I could go to, I felt something in me that I haven't felt since I first discovered him 10 years ago. Kenny Omega is the man who has defined a large part of my wrestling fandom, and I get to see him do his damn thing on Sunday. And God damn, if that's not what this great sport is all about, then I don't know what is.
Oh, Lord.
Oh man,
Novi,
Oh.
I don't know how you can follow that up, but that man is right behind you. He's just behind your head. And I know you're also a big Speedball Mike Bailey fan, a little more than me.
He's on that. He's behind me too. Just can't see him right now.
I can't see him. I don't think Ricochet's behind you because known Ricochet hater Novi. But how are you feeling about this triple threat?
Look, I know we like to do a little bits that I hate wrestlers and that I'm not fans of guys or whatever. But I'm feeling very, very 6-star about this match. I mean, it's just wonderful. I'm not going to be seeing him live, but it's just what the fuck just happened? I'm not going to be seeing him live, but it is wonderful to see Kenny Omega working consistent matches on pay-per-view, getting his pay-per-view entrance, getting the shine that he so deserves. And to see Speedball go in and get so over so fast that they demand him. The people demand him to challenge in this match is glorious to see as a huge Speedball fan. And I've had my opinions on Ricochet. I've shared them. Ricochet is one of the best heels going in the world today. Mm-hmm. He is an incredible character. He has improved. His wrestling is so much better. And not to say he was ever bad before, but this is just different. I think this match has an incredibly high ceiling. Triple threats are always a dangerous game to play, but when you're in there with three guys who are as smart, who are as experienced, who I feel combine style-wise as well as these three do, I think it'll go as well as it can. I've heard this take given out. I'm not sure who said it, but shout out to whoever did. I think this could very easily end up being the best triple threat match ever, if it really reaches the heights that I think it has. Not to say that it won't be difficult, not to say that it won't be even impossible, seemingly, but I think it's on the table. I'm very much looking forward to this match. I think Kenny Omega obviously retains. He's got business to handle come Texas. But I'm very, very excited for this match.
I am currently looking at Cage Match because I just want to see like what the best triple threat matches are of all time. But while I searched the interwebs for that, Riceman, these are three very good. They're good wrestlers, very good, fantastic. Depends on how some people might even say Speedball sucks. To be honest, they're wrong, but some people say that. Jack Crosby, how are you feeling about this one? That it has three people who, when you think about it, a year ago at Dynasty last year, two of these people weren't even in the company. One of them was not factored into creative whatsoever because Kenny was written off. Kenny was written off after, I guess 2 weeks after this, but he wasn't really in the company at this point. So when you think about it, it's kind of insane.
Yeah. We here at the Late Night Grin notoriously love three-ways. Take that how you want it. Speedball's got his detractors, and I wasn't one of them for a while. But then he kind of got into that thing I think Novi has with Osprey, where it's he has a formula, which granted that was a lot of his TNA and indie work. I think he's been pretty good, if not great, so far. I think Ricochet has been outstanding. I would never been more wrong about somebody than I was about Ricochet coming in. I think he's toppled every expectation I had for him and probably anybody had for him at this point. Kenny's wanted the Speedball match for a while. I remember in 2019, he even there was an interview or something where that was his one match he wanted, and I think Bailey at the time was still banned from the U.S. But yeah, I expect all three of these guys to go hard to try to steal the show here. And like Novi said, I think there's potential for them to have the best three-way. I think Joe too said in the chat WrestleMania 20 was the best one. I don't have much experience with the best triple threats because a lot
You
of
have the
them
TNA classics too to think about as well. And since we kind of have the same sentiment, it's not necessarily an expectation that it'll be that level. It's just it has the possibility, it has the chance, the ceiling to get there. Want to make that very clear.
I want to talk about some of these, right? These are all the triple threats three ways ever that have been rated higher than. I can't bring up a lot of these. A lot of these actually have canceled people as I'm looking down the list.
Just don't. No, I know the three ways. Don't bring it up. Just we the Mania 20 and the TNA Unbreakable rematch and the first match. That's the only one you have to think about.
Yeah, Benny was good.
Who?
So he was good in the match. He was good. It was a good match. I'm saying that match. No, I'm saying the Benny match was good at Mania 20.
You can't say it like that. You can't say it like that. You can't say it like that, man.
No, that match is very good. It's going to take a lot to surpass that, as well as the TNA match. Like you do have, and like the Drew Gunther Sheamus match at Mania is also a very good one. Come on, God. Y'all know what I meant. But I am excited to see this. I don't think it's going to reach the ceilings that Novi, I don't think it has as high of a ceiling as Novi thinks it does. And while I think these are three very good wrestlers, it's going to struggle from the fact that I don't think their styles are going to mesh as well in this environment as the other people did in the other, the best triple threats of all time. I just don't think they're going to mesh as well. And then I also don't think they're going to be able to have the time and the placement to do what they need to do to even get potential of reaching that. And that's not necessarily they're going to get 10 minutes. They're going to be placed in a dead spot on the show. I mean, it's an AEW pay-per-view. So it's a little, and it's also the way the pay-per-view is also, it's 9 matches. So it is going to be a little difficult to really get where you want to be for that type of match. But I am excited for it. Marcus, I did I ask you already about this one?
You did not, actually.
All right, Marcus. I didn't think I did, but this three-way conversation has been insane. Do you think this surpasses your other Kenny Omega three-way experience?
Probably not, because one, I won't be there in the front row. That's a big part of it. Two, I think, I gotta have a little personal bias there. Plus, Kenny at this stage of his career is probably not he's still explosive, but he's not obviously as explosive as he used to be. He's more suited for singles matches where he can get in there and really get the work and sink his teeth into something. This would be awesome, though. The rules stuff will be great. Speedball and Kenny interaction, I'm there for. Speedball's such a beast. This was originally just gonna be Kenny and Ricochet, and then Speedball just got so over it and said, "Fuck it, let's throw him in there." I think it's awesome. Yeah. And Ricochet is probably one of the best heels going, and he'll have a lot of crowd investment. He'll just do a bunch of funny shit while also doing his flips. Jack Perry, take notes. You can do that still. It's a novel concept, I know. Kenny obviously retains, and again,
Stray.
Any chance you get to see Kenny Omega wrestle from now and going forward is a gift. It truly is. We haven't seen anything like him, and probably won't see anything like him again. And we don't know how much time he got left. Bob chairs in every single damn match he has, bro. That's all I know. God bless Kenny Omega.
Real as fuck.
God bless Kenny Omega.
Good Canadian.
All right. We're heading in to these 2 main event matches. Timeless Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne. Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland. We're going to first talk about the women's match. And before we do, let's talk about the Women's Owen Cup. Novi, do you have the brackets in front of you, right?
I do.
Can you run down these brackets? Or if you have a picture.
Well, I feel okay, I'll run them down. Osprey, Kevin Knight, Brody King.
No, women's.
Oh, women's first. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. That's my bad. That's on me. I was looking at the images started from the top. Whatever. Jamie Hayter, Billy Starks, Thunder Rosa, Chris Statlander, Julia Hart, Mercedes, Monet, Harley Cameron, Athena.
All right. So I think we all know what the semifinals are here, right?
Right.
No. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Well, come on,
All
I'm
right.
a
On the
Zane,
left,
brother.
we're getting Chris and Jamie. On the right, we're getting Mercedes and Athena. So let's all go through. Novi, I'm going to start with you. What are your finals, and who is your winner of the Women's Owen Hart Cup?
So I'm going to lay some out for you guys. So all these things tied together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Jamie Hayter will win the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament because I think Toni Storm retains at AEW Dynasty. I think she's riding a wave of momentum and a wave of popularity that you just can't give up on. All love and respect to Megan Bayne. I think she's been great since debuting. I think there's a very, very bright future for her in AEW, but sometimes there's just an act that gets too over and you just can't stop it. Not saying that I would be mad if Megan Bayne were to win, but I definitely think that the right decision is Toni Storm because I think Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter should be a match at All In. I think they should retread on these old story beats they haven't touched on since Jamie Hayter has come back, where she was the last one to beat her, Toni Storm, for that title, laying her out in 3 minutes after she went away for injury for multiple years. So I think that is a story worth telling. Was it years, Kaden? Is that what you're?
It was a year and 4 months.
It was a long
3
time.
months.
I think that story is a story worth telling. I think that Jamie Hayter leans heel in that match, so it solves your problem of it being a face-face match. And I also think that it's a bit underrated how popular Jamie Hayter is as an act. I think there's still a lot of love for her within the AEW audience. And I think it's important that you give Toni a big match at All In. Again, all love and respect to Megan Bayne. I don't think she's ready to walk into the biggest show in AEW, the biggest show of AEW's year as champion. I don't think she's at that level yet. I don't think she's at that level of popularity. And while I would be okay with it, it wouldn't make me mad necessarily. I think Toni Storm is just too popular. And sometimes that is the right decision, especially when I think she's a damn good wrestler, and I think her and Jamie will have a damn good match at All In. So I think that Toni Storm walks out of AEW Dynasty as champion. I think she goes on to face Jamie Hayter at All In.
Riceman, you're nodding. I don't know if that's a nod of agreement, but what are your finals? Who do you have winning? And since Novi already did it, let's go ahead and give your predictions as well on the Toni Storm Megan Bayne world title match.
So yeah, Novi, I'm gonna zag. He sold me on the lore there, but that's definitely like before I came into this. I don't want to pretend like that was where I was already going. So I'm gonna still go with what I thought was gonna happen. I think Ryan even said it in the chat. I think Billy had that really great match from Mercedes. I would expect them to capitalize on it, and I don't think Jamie's gotten the attention since returning that I would personally want from him. I'm a big Jamie Hayter fan, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset, which if there is, I think Chris Statlander would be the clear winner, and I think Chris would get a pretty good reaction at All In. I don't know if the match would be comparable to what Jamie and Toni could do. No shade at Chris. I'm just a bigger fan, like I said, than of Jamie than I am Chris. But yeah, I guess the finals I would see would be Chris and Mercedes, unless they wanted Athena to beat Mercedes. For the match itself, Toni Storm without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. I think there's a way to elevate Megan and defeat, and I think they're gonna do just that.
That's a great point.
Marcus?
Going back and forth with this, I think Athena and Jamie's probably the final. You know, my preferred will be Stat in that spot and winning it. But I don't think you can really go wrong either way. And as far as Dynasty happens, I am firmly on the belief that Toni retains. Because again, like Novi said, the wave of momentum with her is just too hot right now. That you don't just have her drop the belt and not have her with it in the biggest show of the year. Like Megan's gonna be great. I think she'll look really, really strong in defeat on Sunday. And it'll be a match where Toni just kind of survives her. Like think kind of what they did with Takeshita and Kenny, something on that level, and then where like Takeshita, in this case Megan, will just like take over a lot of the action, do a lot of just destructive shit to her, and then Toni will just survive. As far as the Owen goes, shit, I had Jamie and Toni as my all-in match as of right now. If you put a gun in my head, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
6.
I'd probably go with Stat though.
6.
Yeah, I see Toni retaining. So therefore I see the Owen to be in a way that gets to be something more interesting for me. So I think I'm gonna go Jamie. I'd like to see Jamie. I love Chris so much. That I'm actually gonna change my mind live on air. Say what Chris landed.
Fuck it.
I can't even be mad, bro. I fucking love Chris Statlander too. I've been very open about my love for Chris Statlander. I'm not like that'll never make me mad, bro.
Yeah, we're fighting on different teams, bro. We're on the wrong side. Novi.
I agree with Bryce on some of the stuff he said about Jamie. I don't think she's gotten, and like I don't think it's necessarily her fault because she was like had visa issues, and then they didn't really present her as well coming back from injury. But I don't think she's gotten the reactions that they wanted compared to Willow, Stat, Athena got really good reactions on Collision. Like there are people in the tournament who have gotten better reactions lately than Jamie. So I have Chris Statlander versus Athena in the finals. An Athena Mercedes semi at Spring Breakthrough seems likely since that's in Boston. Yeah, you run that.
I think you're underrating how hampered it's been with the visa issues with Jamie. And I also think that when people make that point, they're underrating how much time there is until All In. And how much a character switch where she plays on their history, she leans a little more heel, would impact that decision and impact her popularity.
I don't disagree. However, you're not making this decision in 2 months when you have that time. You're making the decision in the next few weeks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You trust yourself.
But Novi, the thing is, I'm saying like the decision has to be made now. So you can trust if you put your faith in, we're going to be able to get this person over for all, like you can have that faith when it's a full gear. I think you can have that faith with a Revolution, a Double or Nothing. Like you can even like a lot of the big shows, the one you don't have the leeway on is All In.
And so why would you take a chance on Megan?
Texas, you don't have the ability to be a little risky. I don't think, like in terms of like this is a person who hasn't been on TV for most like the last 2 to 3 months. I think the last time she was on TV was January, so she hasn't been on TV a lot recently. So you are relying on she's going to come back and have that same reaction. I just don't see them taking that risk. That's the only thing. I just don't see Toni taking the risk. So what I think will happen. This is a mixture of like what I think will happen and then what I want to happen, because part of this is what I would book. I think an Athena Chris final, I think Chris wins. It's such a full circle moment to her. If you remember back to the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament in 2022, Chris Statlander and Ruby Soho faced off in the semifinals in Las Vegas, just like I think it was a few days before Double or Nothing, and Ruby won that match. And Ruby, that was the start of her heel turn because she got booed heavily. The AEW fans wanted to see an original and Chris Statlander win that match instead. So I think her winning the Owen is this full circle moment for Chris. And I think you can't really ignore that at that point. She needs to have that match. What I think, a mixture of what I think will happen and what I want. Megan Bayne should win this title. I think you pull the trigger, you do something different. This is AEW is not AEW, and it sort of contradicts my thing of like you don't want to do anything risky, but I don't think Megan
exactly
Bayne is,
it's out contradiction.
The thing is, I don't think Megan Bayne is risky because she's been on TV solid, like she's been on TV for the last 2.5 months, consistently gotten consistent reactions. She's pinned and beaten Chris Statlander twice.
Jamie Hayter wasn't getting crickets.
And they've given her big. She's in a position now where if she wins on Sunday, I don't think any of us would really I don't think any of us would complain, right?
No, I wouldn't.
And she would be fine. she would carry heat. This is like the issue with Jamie is because she hasn't been on TV. I think there's a risk there. I don't think there's a risk with Megan Bayne getting the title. I think the story you tell, and while it's a rush story, and I wish there was some more time here to do the story, is Chris wins. Megan Bayne in these next 2 to 3 months runs through at least one, or like needs to run through at least 2, hopefully 3 pretty big stars in that women's division. And it's the story of who can take down the monster. And Chris Statlander, who has lost to her 2 times in a row, ends up taking her down at All In. That's the story I would tell.
You've planned out your story that you would tell, and you outright contradicted what your reasoning.
But I didn't.
No, I didn't contradict myself, because you're basically saying believe in the story that you would tell.
No, I'm not saying believe in. I'm saying there's proof that the story's worked. Because they've been telling the story so far. That's literally the story for the last 2 months of Megan Bayne and AEW has been about her being an unbeatable monster. I'm saying continue that story. Don't start a new story now with Jamie. Continue the one you've been telling and ride that into All In rather than now starting Jamie. And I love Jamie. I would not mind if Jamie wins this tournament and wrestles Toni at All In. I'm not going to have an issue with it because I really like Jamie, and that's actually the story I wanted them to tell a few months ago. That was the story like I wanted them to do for All In. I think it was October and November. I talked about that being the story I would have done for All In. I think right now you ride this Megan Bayne story because it's working really well for them.
Rice.
The only thing is, what do you do with Toni in that case? For All In?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
No, hold on. Because Rice Man, you look like you wanted to say something, so I want to hear what you have to say.
I don't think you want to take the same risk. This is, again, we're not rehashing old points from the last preview. They took the risk with Mariah pretty early on without seeing what she could have as a main event star. I'm not sure you want to do that twice with Toni Storm, considering the level she's at.
That's my biggest actual thing that I'm weary about with this is I do think I don't that's why I'm 50-50 on if this could even happen, because that is something they need to be careful about is you did take, and I was very critical of them taking the risk at All In.
It's true. And you've is right. I think you're overrating the amount that it's working. You are overrating the reactions that Megan Bayne is getting.
Maybe I'm overrating. Maybe I am. And that's possible.
It's working, but I'm not working.
I think it's worked very well.
It's not main event working. It's not world title working. It's not All In working. That's the level you're looking at.
It's working. We respect what she does, and when she does win the title, eventually, she's credible and made. Now it's more of a test run to see, okay, how you look like in a pay-per-view world title match. And if she passes that, then yeah, we'll bookmark it in. But main event your biggest show of the year when Toni Storm is just so hot, I'm not taking that risk.
Yeah. There's a certain level of risk you take if you go with Megan Bayne that I don't think AEW needs heading into this show. I think that AEW needs to stick with their already getting reaction star and trust that a established AEW star in Jamie Hayter, who was at one time a crowd's pick world champion in the women's division, will get to that level and will get there.
Novi, I'm not willing. I don't feel strongly enough about the Megan thing to even argue about it. I'm just going to present why I think it's a good idea and be like, okay, if you don't think it's a good idea, that's fine. I don't really care.
Well,
I will, however, argue that Chris Statlander should win this tournament. That one I will.
Let's go, Kaden.
I'm very strong on Statlander should win this tournament. I don't think any
Then you have Statlander or Toni.
In my opinion, it's Statlander or Athena. I don't have I don't think anybody else should win, and I don't think Athena is, because I think she's got a match locked up with Mercedes for All In anyways.
So you do Toni versus so say
Toni versus
say Bayne doesn't win.
Toni versus Stat is fine. I don't have a problem with that.
That's fine. 2 biggest stars in your biggest show. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't run Jamie.
You think the crowd's gonna pick Stat?
I don't even think it matters that much.
Yeah, I don't think it matters who the crowd picks.
It does matter
because the crowd isn't picking Jamie Hayter.
But they're gonna love to boo her when she wins because she's gonna be a heel at that point. That's what a heel is. They're gonna love to boo.
But why are you? What's the guarantee? Why would she be a heel winning the title going back into London?
Because my story heading into the match was that she wants to get revenge for how she went out before. She got beat in 3 minutes.
That's not a
You
heel.
could tell
That's
the
not a
te-
heel.
It's not really a
story.
heel turn,
That's a
though.
face
It's
story.
not a heel turn, but you can make it a heel turn. Oh, I want revenge for losing my
that's a
title
lot
in
of
3
mental
minutes.
gymnastics.
But that's
Is
such.
it?
That's, Tony
Yes.
won that when like Tony was a heavy heel at that point, and it was made. You can't run. That's like running Cody versus Roman at 40 with Cody. As
Oh,
the heel.
come on. Cody versus Roman at 40. Grow up. Come on.
You can't run that match again. If you're gonna run that match again, Tony has to be the heel for it. It won't work with Tony as the face,
Especially right now.
It will. Tony is so fucking over.
That's
You
the
are
point,
underrating this. And so I'm saying if Jamie Hayter, you have to trust that you'll be able to get Jamie Hayter over as a heel where the crowd will love to boo her. You have to believe in it. That is how booking works. You believe in your booking.
Yeah, but this is a lot of
Look.
mental gymnastics to get there, though, with the Jamie
Yeah,
story.
the
This is
other
a lot
thing
of
about
head
Jamie, they tried so hard to make her a heel in 2022. It did not work. The crowd does not like booing Jamie Hayter. She's too cool.
You can make her. It's always possible. Anything is possible. And
Is it?
I think it is. And I think I get Chris Statlander winning. I wouldn't be mad at it. I hear your reasoning.
I need to correct Novi. I need to first off, before the chat miss, here's what I said. I never said they should turn Tony. I said I think the story only works if Tony is a heel. If you're gonna tell that specific story, it's you can run it as a face versus face match, and it would probably be fine too. But if you want to tell the story Novi's saying, my only thing was I think you can only run that with Tony as a heel. I don't think it makes sense with Tony and being the face and Jamie being the heel.
Yeah, it's definitely
my-
impossible for Tony to be a heel at this point because she's just way too fucking popular. We're far past that point.
Yeah, yes, I agree. My bigger point here, because I understand having different own winners, that's fine. Megan Bayne should not win. She is not ready.
Yeah.
That's my bigger point. I think that's the only thing
That's
we need to come away with. I don't think she's ready. I don't think you run her at All In as the world champion. I don't think it's not the time. It's not the time. Tony's too over. That's my main point. However you want to get to it, you want to do the Chris Stat, you want to do Jamie Hayter, that's fine. I'll hear it out. I'm willing to buy in for it. I just think Tony should be champion walking out of Dynasty. That's my major overall point.
Does win that tournament? Do you run her Mercedes in the final? Mercedes, she probably beats her. That's an interesting one.
What just happened?
He took
These are
Novi
kidnapped?
out.
What is this guy doing?
What just
backed them up?
What the fuck?
And he's gone, bro. He just exited backstage, by the way.
What did you ask, Marcus?
I was like, there's a decent Owen found out run. Mercedes instead finally gets her win back there. Then you get on stall and stuff. That'd be an interesting direction.
I like this too from Joe, by the way. Highlighting this comment. I like this tale as well.
Yeah, that's
very different.
Yeah, that's a good. I think it's a good story. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Bus took me to the fucking Shadow Realm, bro. What the fuck was that?
Right?
Before we actually, this is a tournament match, so let's go ahead and let's start talking about the men's. So Novi, can you quickly run down that tournament, and then we'll talk about, for some reason, we have 10 matches on the main card on Sunday.
Yeah, there is another match. Let's do that first because this will tie into the main event. I want to do the match first.
You want to do the match first? Okay, so the match is Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe will have their fourth match. This is an Owen Hart Cup quarterfinal. With this being announced, I would expect that we get some more Owen Cup matches on the 0 hour. Please, Tony Khan, I'm begging you, do not add another match to the main card. I cannot do 11 matches on the main card. I will cry. So Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe holds a 2-1 advantage over the Protostar. AEW worded that very badly in their tweet, so that's why I was struggling for a second. So Kyle Fletch, Mark Briscoe. Kyle Fletch is winning this, right?
Yes.
Ideally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, big Protostar. I love Mark Davis, but big Protostar needs the win.
About Mark Briscoe. Do you like him?
Mark Briscoe.
I like Mark Briscoe. I think you got
Hey,
Protostar.
Either result, I think they take on the Cowboys.
I'm not gonna be mad either way.
Yeah, Mark. We all
very
fucking
happy.
adore Mark Briscoe here, and I'm saying Kyle Fletcher's full name.
I would love to see. I would love to see Mark Briscoe win. I would love to see it. It would pop me very huge, and I think it would pop the city of Philadelphia very huge.
You know what? I was just about to say this feels aggressive for the card length, but then I forgot 6 stars going to be in attendance. So let's rock and roll.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's rock and roll.
I will say,
this.
tournament upsets, too, by the way.
Guys, I'm there to watch the best wrestle. So like, Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher, they're two of the best TV wrestlers in the promotion, and every single time they've had a match, it's been a smash, it's been a home run, and so I'm very excited to see this. I'm very excited. They've earned themselves a pay-per-view match, a pay-per-view mid-card match. Yeah. This is the way classic wrestling stories are told. Earning their spot on a card, it's beautiful.
Yeah, Novi, why don't you run down that bracket?
The Owen bracket for the men is Will Osprey versus Kevin Knight. Brody King versus Konosuke Takeshita. That is on one side. Should have specified last time, but I think you all know. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher, and then Hangman Adam Page versus a wild card.
All right, let's do this first, Novi. Let's talk about the wild card.
It's probably Bob's Murderer, bro.
You think it's Max Riceman?
I think it's Max.
Double J.
Jeff Jarrett?
You're a nasty fucking guy. You know that? You're a nasty guy.
It's a bit, but also
leave me alone.
Last year's Owen, it was Hangman who filled the Joker spot. I would not be surprised if Jarrett did it here, but I can see why not. You have Hangman going, baby. My real guess would be, unfortunately, Josh Alexander.
Marcus?
I say MJF. Wouldn't be shocked if it did Josh here. That's how they debuted him.
6?
I think it would be very nice to see Hangman Adam Page. The wild card. I guess I'll co-sign Josh Alexander, the MJF pick. I have no original thought on the matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Josh Alexander. I just don't see Max taking a second straight loss to Hangman. So
Nova, you're doing this thinky, bro. It looks like you're wearing his headgear right now.
Nah, bro, I didn't do anything. Yo, chill.
The walking weapon, Novi.
I am the walking weapon. I'm
gonna say one thing. No matter who is the wild card, I'm sorry. It comes with Angel's Wings. It comes with Buckshot Lariat. It comes with 1, 2, 3 Hangman Adam Page in the semifinals. By the way, and we'll get back to it when we talk about the World Championship match. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter.
Well, let's go. Let's make some predictions for this tournament. I'm thinking for a semifinals. I'm thinking a Hangman Kyle Fletcher on the right, a Will Osprey Konosuke Takeshita rematch from Revolution last year on the left, and then a Will Osprey Hangman Adam Page final. I'm gonna talk my winner. Should we go ahead and get into the championship match, Novi, too?
It ties in.
Yeah, so Swerve Strickland is taking on Jon Moxley. And I'm going to go ahead and get the unpopular take out first. I can't buy into it, unfortunately. I would love to buy into Swerve Strickland winning. I just don't think it's happening. So I think Jon Moxley is going to retain the title. And then I think Will Osprey will win the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament and go on to face Jon Moxley in the main event of All In. I just think it makes sense. The Osprey promo, what was it, 4 weeks ago now? It was the promo right after Dynasty that he cut saying that he wanted to be in the Owen. That felt like a telegraphing to me. And I think I said this last week. I forgot what show we were on, Novi, but I said it last week that I thought the telegraphing that they've been doing with Hangman and Swerve feels like the red herring a little bit of that. Like they're doing the red herring of that's going to be the main event, whereas the real main event's going to be the Osprey one.
That's dangerous red herring. That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's just how I feel. I don't know what the plan is with Swerve and Hangman. I have a theory that I told the guys about I think there's a way that Hangman gets involved that actually ends up helping or leading to Swerve winning on Sunday. I just personally I don't fully buy into Swerve winning the title. Riceman, what are your finals? Who's winning the Owen and who's winning on Sunday? Who's walking out with the world title, or is someone walking out with a briefcase?
I kind of hope not. I think it's Novi Vindication season. I hate to say it, but I think it is. I think it's Hangman and Swerve. Lambo did bring up something in the chat. What if the Joker was Darby? And quite frankly,
It's not gonna be Darby.
quite frankly, that's the Moxley route, unfortunately. So we're gonna hope that's not the plan. We're gonna hope for Novi vindication for once, and yeah, it's gonna be Hangman and it's gonna be Hangman and Osprey in the final, and 100% Hangman and Swerve. Swerve gets it done.
Kaden?
Yeah, my bad. I was I got a notification.
You all right over there?
Marcus.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna go to Marcus and Novi last on this one, just because I already know. We all know what they're gonna say on this one. 6. What's your opinion on the Owen and then this world title match?
I feel like I've made my thoughts a little bit clear, but I will make them clear for those who maybe couldn't read between the lines. The men's Owen does in fact, for the entire lineup, doesn't matter who is on the other side of the bracket at the end. It does in fact come with Angel's Wings, and it does in fact come with the Buckshot Lariat. And that's just what it is on the matter. Hangman and Page is winning the men's Owen, and it's going to be beautiful, and he deserves it. By the way, this is his tournament to win. And to go with that, I think that it's about damn time that Hangman and Page and a certain someone else that he has had a storied feud with do what they should have done a year ago. But I will leave that for Novi to talk about a bit more later. I do in fact think that it is also, for the men's world title side, I think it's about time for Swerve to win his belt back. We've seen what this feud has been. We've seen the lows, and we think that it's about damn time for this world title to mean something again. And I think Swerve's the guy to do it. And I think Swerve is not just the safe pick. I think it's the best pick. I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the way that you establish a really great build for the biggest show of the year.
Marcus, I'm going to assume you concur with the two people who talked before you.
We want Swerve. I want Swerve. We need Swerve. I'm putting it in. I know this is a really dicey proposition. I know the whole Moxley Death Riders mumbo jumbo is on the cards. But fuck that. World Championship matches are all about believing. Investment's all about putting your heart out there and ripping it out and hoping and praying you get rewarded, but also preparing for the possibility you get stabbed 17 times with it. But fuck that. We believe Swerve Strickland will win the AEW World Championship. I'm locking it in right now. Heart no family now. I'm putting it on the line. But that's what it's all about. As far as that men's Owen goes, I think it's a pretty clear final. It's Osprey Hangman. Like, it's not going to be anybody else. I believe Hangman wins it there. I would not be upset at Osprey because it's one fucking Osprey. I mean, it's kind of a dangerous game of holding off on him winning that championship until like next year or by the end of this one. But you can have him win a World's End or something like that and it'll be fine. As for me, I do believe it'll be Hangman's time this year, and we'll get that Hangman Swerve event in Texas. I believe it. I really believe it. I didn't feel much belief a month ago, but some things that I've seen on the television, especially last night, is really starting to make the percentages shoot up for me.
Look. I don't want to do this. I don't want to give him the time of day. I don't want to.
Tomatoes.
Marcus,
everyone.
Marcus, I don't want to let him do it, but I have to. I have to let him get his thing off. So I saved him for the end. Novi, I'm gonna let you.
Oh, me.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Do what you want to do. You have free reign.
Justice delayed is justice denied.
Talk to him, Novi.
And while justice may not look the same, while justice may have changed, I think justice for its Noviak is coming at all in Texas. 1 year ago, I proposed the idea that Hangman and Swerve should continue their rivalry at AEW All in Wembley. I was bought into the idea that this feud sits above any other feud in AEW history. I think these characters sit above nearly everyone in AEW's history. I think they deserved it. And I feel like this year you have the opportunity to right what I declare was a wrong. Hangman Adam Page is the soul of AEW. He is what it means to be all elite. I think him and Swerve have continued this rivalry in a very different way. I think we saw last night. There was an acknowledgement of guilt. This feud has taken a turn. I think we see something totally different at All In. Obviously, going off what I say, Hangman wins the Owen. I think in pro wrestling, it's good to get bought into things. I think Marcus brought this up. It's good to believe in something. It's good to put your heart out on the line and give a fuck, because that's what pro wrestling is all about.
Novi.
Anyone who's sitting here telling me that things will be okay if Moxley wins, things will be just fine. You still like all of AEW with Jon Moxley as champion. While that may be true, I want the AEW at its very best. I want All Elite Wrestling to have no flaws. I want to not have to sit here and tell you AEW is good. But I want Jon Moxley gone at Dynasty. Swerve Strickland went through the broken glass last night, set up like it was nothing. That is not something you do if Swerve Strickland is not winning the title. You do not have Moxley call him the here and the now of AEW if he is not winning that title. And while I completely understand Kaden Lee saying that they've been a little heavy-handed, you do not present me with the idea of Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland in the main event at All In and not give it to me. You don't. That's something you don't do. This feud, I know, has been going a long time. I know they've had a lot of matches before, but it is just different. We saw in one segment last night, one 45-second segment, what it can do to this audience. Mm-hmm. The reactions from the people in the crowd, from the timeline, from the people in chat here today.
Tom Greeny.
This is just different. Hangman Adam Page should win the Owen. Swerve Strickland should undoubtedly win the title at AEW Dynasty. And I should get to see my cowboy crowned at AEW All In Texas with me standing above, high in the stands, cheering him on all the way. Mm-hmm. This means something. Anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong. This shit matters. Jon Moxley has not deserved to hold that title until All In. He has done nothing to deserve it. It is time to switch it. It is time to do the right thing and have Swerve Strickland win and have him face Hangman at All In.
Mm-hmm. Talk.
Novi, what's it like being good friends with Mr. Santizap?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that was promo of the year.
Yes.
Who says no?
Agreed.
Bring me down, son.
It moves my soul.
Yeah,
Novi, if I could reach out here and hug you right now, I would. You moved my soul.
I think Novi just lost us all of our likes on the stream.
Novi.
I do apologize to the ears. My mic was peaking. I saw it.
Novi, your words were like a blanket. You're right. So comforting, so beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Novi, that made people want Moxley to win.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong. And I know they're going to make their little silly jokes. They're going to play their little games. They know what's right. They know. They know what should happen.
I gotta ask you, because I'm not worried about Rice, Marcus, or Six. I think all of them will be fine. If Mox, I don't think 6 Star is going to be happy leaving the venue if Moxley is the champion. But I think everyone will at least be okay. I'm a little worried about you, Novi. I'm like, this is me as a friend, reaching out, hand in hand, asking, what, like, do you have like an idea, just in case, like what you'll do? Because we'll be on stream if Moxley wins, and we hear that Death Rider theme, and he holds up his silver briefcase. Like, what are you gonna, like, do you have a plan for what you're gonna do? Or are you just like riding with like not even like a chance in the world?
At Backup Hangman tweeted out late last night, stop
right,
being
bro.
cowards, believe, be willing to be heartbroken, all or nothing. I am going all or nothing. I can't tell you how I would react if Mox would win. I could tell you it won't be good. But I am going all for nothing, because that is what pro wrestling is all about.
Yeah, I respect it. I hope everything is okay. That's all I care about. Well, we went on a journey these last hour and 46 minutes. We went up, we went down, we went left, we went right, we went in circles. These are directions that you can take, as we talked about AEW Dynasty 2025.
Thank you, Ken.
Let's do some plugs and let's get out of here. Novi.
Hold on one second. Before I'll do the plugs first. I'd also like to thank the audience. We are not getting our pay stolen. We are at 45 likes currently on the stream.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Make sure, if you haven't already, to please like the stream. If you are not subscribed to the Late Night Grin membership program, you can join for only $2. And we do a little program called Relight the Fuse on this channel, where we go back to old AEW and we relight the fuse.
Yeah, we
if you want to upgrade your tier, we'll do it soon. You get retro TV, you get retro pay-per-views, you get the Dynasty Grin Along at the second tier of the Late Night Grin membership program. Please join today. I would also like to thank, before, this was at 5 o'clock, so
yes,
no worries. Sport of Dings becoming a YouTube member. Thank you, Sport of Dings, for becoming. And you can join. Do the same. Become a YouTube member today for more shows just like these.
Yeah, and I'm gonna write down a few other things. We have I'm gonna let Six do their one in a minute. But in terms of things we have coming up on the Late Night Grin, Friday. Oh my God. Throw that up.
Ben Dixon with
thank
five
you for the 5
gifted membership. And I'm actually seeing who was gifted to. I can see that over here. And I noticed no, but my cousin got one, I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
I didn't know I watched this show. Shout out to the cuz. That is 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Ben Dixon. We very much appreciate it. Joe has just rebooked us for the next AEW pay-per-view because of your contribution. Thank you very much.
Double or nothing.
Double or nothing. We're riding again. Kaden, continue.
Yeah, let's so look, tomorrow there is no flagship because the flagship will not be on Friday. It is going to be Saturday morning as we watch Sakura Genesis. Myself,
4 a.m.
Novi, Joe Holbert, Brainbuster. Marcus, you're there too?
I will be there.
And Marcus, that's the lineup. 5 a.m. Eastern, I believe, is bell time.
4
is it 4 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah.
Fuck the goddamn shit. 4 a.m. Eastern is bell time. 3 a.m. Central. Get ready. Be up with us. Shit, I have a 15-hour drive tomorrow, and then I'm getting on the stream. This isn't a bit. I'm driving from Texas to Florida tomorrow. Wish me luck.
You'll be okay. Surely you'll be fine. Surely
I'll be okay. We have that Sunday AEW Dynasty Grin Along that will be behind the paywall. LNG Gold. If you just got one of those 5 gifted, you'll be able to watch. Actually, I don't know what tier that's on, so maybe you won't be able to. But
maybe
upgrade your tier and watch AEW Dynasty with us. I don't know what the lineup is, but I'm sure you'll see a lot of the usual faces. 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is the start, but we'll probably go earlier depending on what's on the 0 hour. Next week, so next Friday, the flagship will be New Japan's Pro Wrestling's Windy City Riot. So that'll be Friday. I don't know what time that show starts.
8 p.m. Eastern time.
What time?
8 p.m. Eastern time.
8 p.m. Eastern for Windy City. Okay. So that's next Friday. I don't know what exactly is going on, like in terms of what's going on like in the general week, but at some point we're going to do a retro pay-per-view for LNG Gold members. Want to get some, I think Joe's talked about it, getting some stuff out before WrestleMania. WrestleMania is also in 2 weeks.
Yes. And next week, hopefully on Tuesday, we'll be watching an old NXT show that was uploaded on the Vault.
Yes.
That, to be specific, you get that show on the Grinner Circle tier. It's the second tier up. So definitely make sure to subscribe.
And then do we have anything, Novi, do you know if we have anything booked next Thursday?
No.
Should we run a Relight the Fuse?
Maybe. We can talk post-show. Potentially, you'll see a Relight the Fuse next Thursday.
Relight the Fuse. And if we do, I believe that episode would be, unless I override everybody and decide I want to watch some matches from Dynasty 2024, it'll be the January 1st, 2020 edition of AEW Dynamite, which features Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin, their second match.
Yes.
And then the Lucha Brothers. No, it's it's the Lucha Brothers. And who did they face on that one, Marcus?
This guy.
King of the Bucks.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good show. I was there, but I don't remember much about it.
As was I.
It's Daly's place, right?
Me and Marcus were there freezing our asses off in Daly's place on January 1st.
It was so goddamn cold that night. Jesus.
It was so it was very cold that night. But we might be doing a relight, and then there's gonna be I don't know like what the exact plan is for Vegas, but if you're gonna be in Vegas, go say hi to JJ at WrestleCon. Go find Joel Holbert and call him like Joel Hublo. What was the
Joe
one I came up? What was the one I came up with last week?
John something.
John.
I forget the last name.
John Hudson. John Hudson. Call Joe Holbert, John Hudson, if you see him in Las Vegas or around the streets of Romford. Like y'all look, it's Romford's popping off this time of year. So
good point.
And yes, make sure you compliment Joe's build. I made that mistake once of doing the opposite on my first day on the job, and my pay has not been the same.
Bad news.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this free episode. Thank you,
No
Ben.
plugs for any of these guys.
Oh shit!
None
I
of
forgot
them.
about plugs.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry. I'm
God.
It's been a long 2 days. I did like shoot sports work yesterday, so I'm very tired. Novi, do you want to talk about your channel? You dropping anything
Riceman,
Saturday?
talk about your channel. Yes, I am, but everyone knows where to find that. Riceman, please talk about your channel.
You can find my channel. It's Rice Fan with an X. I do movie reviews sometimes. If you look at my post history, it's definitely sometimes at the moment. But I've upgraded the equipment a little bit. Working on the format. We should have some soon. Just been busy the past few weeks, but we should have some stuff coming out soon. I'm also working on some LNG stuff that I can't necessarily talk about yet. Sorry to tease. But there's some very big things coming in the future, and then one smaller thing, but you'll see me shortly on that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty excited. Stay tuned to LNG Gold.
That's already been announced, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't. Rice is signing to developmental.
Yeah, I'm in the dojo.
Yeah.
Taking bumps.
I'll see you down there in the PC. Marcus, what do you got going on that other place?
Well, in that other promotion, I do those Dynamite reviews every Thursday. You got my man Rob, got Novi over here after he signed his life away to us. Shout out for the 360 deal.
Hey Marcus, what are you doing Saturday at like 6 p.m. Eastern? Like what's going on that night?
That night I will be sitting on the couch with my dad watching some college basketball. In particular, our Florida Gators in the Final Four against Auburn. There we go. Chomp it.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Walter Clayton Jr., my life will be yours that day. I love you.
Thomas Houck, you get everything from me.
As long as those
white
motherfucking
boy,
Blue
you'll
Devils
never buy a
lose.
drinking game.
Watch your fucking mouth, Novi. Watch your fucking mouth.
The
Rice,
Gators can win.
Rice, it's gonna get real nasty between me, you, and Marcus if it ends up being Duke, Florida in the finals.
That's fair. I'm rooting for y'all, dog. I'm rooting for y'all.
Right? This is the tournament final I have in my bracket. I need it.
I can't root for either of you people.
Ugly.
I can't root for either of you. I'm sorry.
Aw.
Yeah.
Go Auburn.
Kentucky fan.
Show us on the dog where Tennessee touched you.
6-star, you have no idea what we're talking about. What do you got going on?
Just sitting politely.
He just saw for the first time SEC toxicity just now.
We're gonna get 6-star to an SEC football game at some point.
100%.
Fascinating proposition. You can find me over at Gold Star Podcast as the main admin for that Twitter account, but you may be asking me, at Gold Star Podcast, what's a crazy ad? Is there like a show or something associated with it? I'm glad you asked. Yeah, you can find me as a co-host of the Gold Star Podcast over on the other brand with some other lovely individuals in the Joshi scene. We are the premier Joshi and Puro podcast anywhere in the world, really, is what they're saying. So you should come listen to us. We can be found sometimes on Fridays. And if you want to know which Fridays, you're going to have to pay attention to the at Gold Star Podcast Twitter account.
Keep your eyes on the ground.
And
you can also frequently find me in the LNG Gold Discord. Now, you may be asking me, 6, what's the LNG Gold Discord? And I'm here to tell you it is an exclusive Discord server for our LNG Gold members here on YouTube. If you would like to join this community and also get access to hours worth of exclusive behind the walls content, you can subscription start at $1.99 per month or $2. And so you should come hang out with us in the Discord and also get hours of exclusive content. So that's where you also can find me. LNG Discord.
Aight, bro.
Always hanging out.
Aight, bro.
God, you're good at this.
Dude, the fucking pro. I mean, it's just
incredible.
Too damn good.
okay.
Yeah,
How about you take us home?
I do watch full wrestling matches. Also, Riceman, Novi, and Novi's channel, and then also Wrestle Purist. Those are all on the LNG page. If you go to I think they're like friend channels, something like that.
These fuckers is what it's titled, actually.
Yeah, exactly what it's called. And you'll see all of the channels. So go subscribe. There's more channels down there. So just go hit subscribe on like every single one. Graps Podcast, I know, was there. Just do all of them. Just do them all. Okay. Do them all. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this free episode, free extra content. Not even we don't just do extra content behind that paywall. Sometimes we got to come out here and show y'all what we usually do. So if you liked this and you are not subscribed, do it, because we have so much more of this. We do a lot. Novi, we do. Oh,
That's a good point.
Joe's got us working a lot of hours, man.
Yeah, tough scenes out here.
Good.
It's
Damn straight, Marcus.
Damn straight. It's hitting. Oh, it's hitting nice.
Thank you, Joe Holbert.
Thank you, Joe Holbert.
Thank you, Joe Holbert.
And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, everybody who liked. If you have not liked it, make sure you smash that like button, as Mr. Bob O'Neill says. Make sure that if in case something happens, that myself and Novi don't lose our money to Brainbuster. And
that will happen.
We will see everybody Saturday morning, 4 a.m. Eastern for Sakura Genesis. Novi, hit that outro.